Professional development, that's what we're here for, right? Continue to build your leadership skills. I always tell people one of the best ways to do that is to read. Read books, read articles, read bulletins, read newsletters, anything that talks about leadership. Now, I got it. There's a lot of crap out there, too. People who think they know about leadership that really don't. I got it. But I'll argue with you that you can learn just as much from that as you can from somebody who wrote something good about leadership, because you can learn what not to do. And that's just as important sometimes as figuring out what to do. I always tell people read autobiographies, because that way you not only learn what they did, you figure out why they did it, which is also just as important as figuring out what they did. And read outside your profession. My two favorite leadership books have nothing to do with the military. Weren't even written by military people. Number one, Lee Iacocca. And I know I'm dating myself here. There's some people in here who probably don't know who Lee Iacocca was. He was the leader of Chrysler and brought them out of bankruptcy the first time they were in trouble, back in the 1980s. Great autobiography. And before he was the CEO, when he was a young man, he was an automobile engineer. He designed automobiles. And in his book, he talks about coming up with this great idea for a car that he wanted Ford to build. And Ford kept saying, nope, not gonna build it, not gonna build it. He eventually talked him into it. Anybody have an idea what that car was? Called the Ford Mustang. I think he had a pretty good idea. Now, to be fair, he also designed the Pinto, the exploding gas hot tank. So, I got it. Nobody's perfect, not even Lee Iacocca. My second favorite book is by John Wooden, the basketball coach for UCLA that won 6, 7 national titles in a row. Great book. If you haven't read that one, you got to read it. Not all readers are leaders, but all leaders are readers. You got to take the time to do that. Then you got to go out and figure out what works for you and your organization. What works for me may not work for you. And what works for you may not work for me, and that's okay. The principles of leadership, the things you got to do are the same, but how you do them, that's a personalized thing. Okay? Learn from others, good and bad. You can learn just as much from people doing bad things. How many people here have been in a meeting or a formation or whatever, and your boss says something, and that you guys are going to do something, and the hair on the back of your neck stands up, and you're like, yeah, I'm never going to do that.